First, our exclusive interview with Newsweek's Kurt Eichenwald, who says he was targeted on Twitter for his investigative reporting on Donald Trump. Sent a message animated by a strobe light intended to cause a seizure. We're going to talk to Kurt after this background from ABC's Lindsay Davis. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, George. For someone with photosensitive epilepsy, these images are so serious they have the potential to be fatal. And while this is not the first time someone has sent Kurt Eichenwald a message intended to cause a seizure, he says it's the first time it's had this effect, where he was bedridden for 24 hours and will likely be unable to drive for months. Newsweek political reporter Kurt Eichenwald is no stranger to contentious attacks on Twitter and antagonistic television appearances.
What are you talking about?
This appearance on Fox News last week was no different. A combative interview about Eichenwald's social media claims that Trump had been put in a mental hospital for a nervous breakdown, a claim that is unsupported.
In 1990, because he did so many deals that were so reckless, his whole empire was going into bankruptcy.
After the interview, Eichenwald, who is public about his fight with epilepsy, says he received this malicious tweet from a Trump supporter with flashing strobe lights and the message, "You deserve a seizure for your posts." Eichenwald says that's exactly what happened. The tweet triggered a seizure.
Seizures are not a joke. Anything that can increase the excitability of the brain can provoke a seizure, and that includes visual stimulation, including strobes and flashing on your screen.
Twitter has since suspended the individual's account. Eichenwald and his lawyers are now attempting to find the person who he says attacked him, tweeting, "Online anonymity does not protect criminals. That's why subpoenas exist. You are facing a criminal investigation and a lawsuit. So if any of you others think about trying this cute prank, consider the consequences. They will be severe." We have seen widespread instances of this in the past. In Japan, more than 600 children were hospitalized after getting sick after a flash in a cartoon. And several years ago, hackers sent a malicious image to a site run by the Epilepsy Foundation, which also caused visitors to the site to suffer seizures and headaches. George.
Wow, okay, Lindsay, thanks very much. Kurt Eichenwald joins us right now. And this attack last Thursday was not the first time this had happened, at least been tried by someone. But what do you remember happening last Thursday?
Very little. One of the problems of having a seizure is your memory gets pretty obliterated. I mean, my wife dealt with it. She heard that something was going on.
And it just takes a single flash like that?
No, it takes a repeated strobe. I mean, unfortunately, I can't tell you what it looks like,
right,
because if I see it and it's causing a problem, I don't remember it. But from what was described to me, this was a multicolored strobe that was going at a speed that was designed to cause a seizure.
Yeah,
and it succeeded.
And we're showing it right now. It says you deserve a seizure for your post. So you're saying that leads you to believe clearly this person knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing. Actually, my wife took that photograph to make sure we had the evidence of what happened. You can't tell from the still image that it is flashing constantly, and so when you snap the picture, it's just a solid image, but it wasn't.
And now copycats?
Oh, apparently, I can't look at my Twitter feed anymore, but apparently a lot of people find this very funny. A lot of people who identify themselves as Trump supporters are loading up my Twitter feed with more strobes. What concerns me is that I have a lot of people who follow me. I'm very public about the fact that I have epilepsy. I have a lot of people who follow me who have epilepsy. I have epilepsy organizations who follow me. Well, now my Twitter feed is dangerous for them, and it's just it is amazing to me that simply because I'm a political reporter, simply because I write about Donald Trump, that we have become so sick and twisted in this country that people think they have, the right and obligation to inflict, potentially very serious injury.
And nothing can justify that in any way. You have done a lot of tough reporting on Donald Trump. Your Twitter feed is filled with comments about Donald Trump as well. One of them, you once said you believe Donald Trump was institutionalized. You're laughing about that now. You're not back. Any regrets about that?
There's a long story behind it. When you go through the full feed lead up to that tweet, there was a reporting purpose for that tweet going out, which is more than you're going to want to hear about. I thought I was making fun of Fox News and the rest who were doing Hillary has seizures, Hillary has multiple sclerosis, Hillary has Parkinson's, let's go to Dr. Oz. And so I was running a series of jokes leading up to that with the intent of sending that tweet, which was a signal to a source to talk to me.
And right now you're trying to get Twitter to turn over more information and also possibly pursuing criminal action?
Yes. Twitter, we filed a motion yesterday which would allow, a judge would fill out an order, sign an order, which would allow us to issue subpoenas to Twitter. Normally, if a company was going to fight it, they'd fight it at that level. Twitter told the judge, we're not fighting this. We agree to the order. So we're going to have subpoenas going out to them pretty soon. And given how cooperative they've been to this point, I'm hoping that that'll continue and that they'll be producing these documents.
Not the end of this story. Kurt Eichenwald, thanks very much.